The member for Gippsland.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Education. Can the Minister explain why a Bensdale building firm has been offered the opportunity to tender for so-called Building the Education Revolution projects at Foster, San Remo and Wonthaggi, up to 3 hours' drive away, but excluded from tendering for a local project less than 3 minutes away? Why won't the Minister do the right thing and refer the waste and mismanagement of this program to the Auditor-General?
The Deputy Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for his question. And can I say to the member that I'm very happy to look into the specifics that he's raised with me, and I will do that, and I'm happy to take any details from him that he may have. The system in Victoria for the provision of projects is that the Victorian government is bundling projects. They then have head contractors who contract with local contractors to deliver the project. So obviously I'm very happy to look at the circumstances he raises. But obviously I want to be very clear with members in the House and people generally that this is an economic stimulus program that is there to build the infrastructure of tomorrow and to invest and support Australian jobs today. Not every building company that wants to work on building the education revolution will end up with work. Obviously, though, if building the education revolution wasn't there, the people who are working on those projects would not have their jobs supported by this program. So what I'd ask the member to reflect on is whether or not he thinks that this work should be available to be done and to support jobs. And if he thinks the answer to that is yes, then he might want to reflect why it is that he voted against the program. Because if we were delivering nothing, as the member voted for, as the Leader of the Opposition believes in and the Shadow Minister believes in, if we were delivering nothing, then he and I wouldn't be talking today about whose jobs are being supported by the program. There would be no jobs supported by the program. So his strategy, his political party's strategy, is to support no jobs through this program. Can I also say to the member opposite, and I understand he wasn't in the last parliament, but he may want to look at the Hansard of the last parliament, and before he makes calls about referring things to the Auditor-General, he may want to reflect on the regional rorts scandal of the former government and the findings of the Auditor-General about that. And he may want to reflect on the performance of the then Prime Minister in supporting the ministers who were involved in the regional rorts scandal, including National Party ministers. And he may want to ask himself the question, should he, when he looks at this program of building the education revolution, be taking the view that this is a program for all schools around the country? We haven't paid any regard as to whether or not the schools are in my electorate or one of my colleagues' electorates or a Liberal electorate or a National Party electorate or an independent member's electorate. We've said every school should benefit under building the education revolution. And can I say this to the member opposite? The track record of his political party and the former government wasn't to benefit places around the country. It was to benefit places they saw political advantage in. And if he's under any doubt about that, then the Auditor-General can help him with that conclusion, because the Auditor-General dealt with it fulsomely. So on the question of audit reports, the one I'd be recommending to members opposite for reading tonight is the one about their conduct in government.